Hello, my brothers and sisters. Today I'm going to be taking you in for a treat with two ingredients. So what I'm going to be using is whipping cream, as you can see right there, and groundnuts. So this groundnuts is special, and the reason why it's special because I got it all the way in Ghana. Yes, right out of Ghana, straight out of Ghana. So this groundnut, I'm going to be using it to make multiple recipes, and also the whipping cream, multiple recipes. So stay tuned and you will know exactly what I'm doing. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm actually going to take off these skin from off these groundnuts. So you can see they have skins. I want to remove them. So I'm going to take the time out and remove every single one of them. I'm going to show you how I can use the skin to make something. It's all a surprise. Just stay tuned to the video and you'll be able to see exactly what I'm doing. So my brothers and sisters, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll take you in this journey with me with whipping cream and groundnut. Right here you can see the groundnuts. They're all shelled off. The skins, they're off. And I'm going to turn this groundnut into groundnut butter or peanut butter if you want. And from this groundnut butter, I'm also gonna make some groundnut ice cream. And then also I'm gonna make some groundnut punch. Or if you want, you can just say peanut punch. So this is the skins of the actual groundnut. So this skin right here, I'm gonna be using it to make a tea. So when I was growing up, my father was a peanut farmer and we used to use the skins of the peanut, and basically they used to say that it helps our memory and it also helps us to be strong. So many things they would say, but I did research on peanut, and peanut does helps to improve your memory. So maybe they had a point then about the skin, but it's a delicious tea. It tastes really good, and I'll show you exactly how that is done. The remainder of the little peanut groundnut here, I'm gonna use it as just like a finishing part for the actual recipe. So I'm gonna get started by turning this groundnut into groundnut butter. To make the actual groundnut butter or peanut butter is very simple. You can just get a food processor and just hit the puree button and just puree for maybe about 5-6 minutes until it turns into wonderful peanut or groundnut butter. So peanut or groundnut, if you rather, is, like I said, it's a big part of my life. My father was a peanut vendor. He did a little bit of peanut farming, but not on a large scale, but for the most part he was a peanut vendor. So I know a good amount of things on peanut recipes and little things about peanuts. So I actually always have peanuts inside of my house. So on this food processor, I'm just gonna hit the puree of Okay, so right here, this is after 2.5 minutes of putting in this groundnut in the food processor, and it turns out a little crunchy. So I actually like this crunchy thing, and I'm gonna actually take away about 3 tablespoons to go into the groundnut ice cream, and because I kind of like the little chunks and stuff in the ice cream, and I kind of like that actual feel. So I'll save some of that, not too much, but just a little, and I'll also mix it with the peanut butter to go into the ice cream to give it a nice little, nice little taste. So I'm gonna take that out now, and I'm gonna put it back on the actual food processor and turn it into smooth peanut butter or groundnut butter. Right here I have the actual groundnut butter. You can see it nice and oily and juicy. All that is used for this groundnut butter is really just groundnut. Look at it, very the consistency, everything is just beautiful. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna make my own homemade groundnut butter. Now I'm back to my actual groundnut butter, and this is just gonna be my groundnut butter that I will have with my bread, my toast, my crackers, whatever I want to have it with. So it's already made, as you know, and so right here I'm gonna be adding some seeds. So I have chia seeds, I have some flax seeds, some pumpkin seeds, whole lot of stuff, and then I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of molasses and a pinch of cinnamon, and that's pretty much it. So this is here, and all I'm gonna do is mix all of these in. So I'm gonna just mix it in with the spoon, and I'll show you what it looks like once I'm all done. Okay, so that's the actual groundnut butter, and I put my own little ingredients in it according to my liking. I'm just gonna put it in this jar now, and it's all set. This is good. You can use it possibly for 2 to 3 weeks, and it tastes delicious. It's healthy, it's homemade, and it's delicious. So my brothers and sisters, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel.
Also, remember our Zoom prayer meeting Mondays to Friday at 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the link is provided on the channel for Zoom. I'm just gonna continue with the butter and the tea, and I'll show you everything finally. So this is what 2 ingredients can do, and to be honest with you, peanuts and whipping cream can do way much more than what I just done. It's just I choose to do those things that I do today in this video. So if you have great whipping cream or peanut recipes, feel free to share them with us. Put a comment in the comment section and share your experience or your recipe with your favorite peanut or whipping cream meal or recipe. So that's the actual groundnut butter in a jar. I'm just gonna cover it up now. And I actually tried some with some crackers, and it's so heavenly delicious. So it's wonderful, and I do hope you try it. It is amazing. So take the time out and make some groundnut butter and let me know your thoughts. You know, you can use my little additives of grains and nuts that I put inside, but it just tastes delicious. Now that you have seen how to make groundnut butter, it's time to learn how to make groundnut punch. Stay tuned. So to make this groundnut punch, I'm gonna be using half a cup of granulated sugar. So that's my cup, and I'm gonna add it right into the food processor. So right about half cup right there. So half a cup of granulated sugar. Then I'm gonna add milk. So milk, you really can use skim milk powder, or you can just use regular milk. I'm just using the milk that you buy at the store in the bag. So I'm gonna be using, it's supposed to be about 2 cups, but I'm not measuring it. I'm just eyeballing it today because I know exactly how much I need there. So that's pretty much it. So I use half of the bag of the actual milk that I have here. And then I'm gonna add some vanilla. So this is vanilla extract. So basically you add based on how you like it. So I'm gonna add a generous amount of vanilla. Also, what you can add inside of this too is some salt. You can add a little caramel. You can add some nutmeg, and pretty much you just mix it around in the food processor until it comes liquid. And then also, you know, your peanut butter is already there, and pretty much that's it. So I believe I'm gonna add some nutmeg in it after the fact, but right now I'm not gonna add any. But that's pretty much it that I'll be adding into this peanut punch or groundnut punch. I'm gonna blend this right now in the food processor. The only reason why it's in the food processor is just common sense, because I actually do the groundnut butter inside of it, and instead of putting it in a blender, I just actually use it. I did add a little bit of cinnamon inside of it as well, and I'm just gonna put it in and blend it in right now. Okay, right here, the actual groundnut punch is done, and you can see it looks like that right here. So I'm just gonna pour it in a container, and I'm gonna add just some cinnamon and also some nutmeg on top, and it's all set. Put it in the refrigerator and have a glass of it. Okay, so right here you can see I have put some nutmeg on top and some cinnamon. I actually got this cinnamon right here. I got it all the way from Ghana. So shout out to Ghana, you're popping in my kitchen. So I'm actually gonna just cover this and put it on the fridge. So this is really our groundnut punch, and it tastes delicious. I actually taste it tastes actually very, very good, very tasty. So I'm gonna put that in the fridge, and I'm gonna move on to my actual ice cream that is. So to make ice cream, you all know we need whipping cream. So I have my whipping cream right here. I use a Nelson brand, so that's it in English. 35% fat, and what I'm gonna do right now is put it in my actual mixer right over here, and I'm gonna mix it until it get to a stiff peak, and I'll get the ice cream out of it. So right here I actually mix this whipping cream, and I'm satisfied with the consistency and the texture. I'm just gonna add a tablespoon of the baker's extract, a tablespoon of the vanilla, and then I'll add the actual rough peanut and the smooth peanut or groundnut, and I'm just gonna mix that in, and pretty much that's it. So I'll show you once I'm finished mixing it what it looks like, and we'll take it from there. So right here you can see I have the condensed milk, I had a pinch of salt, and also I add half a cup of sugar, granulated sugar, into this mix, and it's mixing up. So I'm just gonna allow it to mix for another minute, and then I'll add the remaining ingredients inside of it. So right here you can see I add all the ingredients, and basically I'm just gonna mix it in, and that's gonna give us our groundnut butter ice cream. So just remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I do hope you're enjoying the recipe. So there you got it. I'm actually mixing in the groundnut butter inside of the actual ice cream now, and it's turned into a beautiful groundnut butter ice cream. I'm also having the tea over here in the meanwhile, so that's basically it. The water is hot, so I'm gonna pour this actual groundnut skin inside of it, and I'm just gonna cover it, and I'm gonna leave it to boil. And while that is boiled, I'll show you the next step, but in the meantime we're just finishing up our groundnut ice cream. So don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So that's our actual groundnut butter ice cream. You can remember the actual leftover groundnuts that I have. I kind of grind them up a bit, and I'm just gonna sprinkle it on top just to give me that nice groundnut taste when I have the actual ice cream. I'm actually gonna put some inside and some on the top, so I'm just gonna add some here like that. I'm gonna mix it in, and then I'll sprinkle some on the top. So that's pretty much what I'm gonna be doing. So let me just do that right now and show you how it looks. So basically that's it, and I'm gonna sprinkle the rest on top. So like that. Just sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Sprinkle, sprinkle, little star. So that's pretty much it. You know, I'm not a professional chef, but I do my best in the kitchen. So that's pretty much it, and I'm gonna put this in the freezer. Remember, ice cream, to get the nice result of it, you want to put it in the freezer in an airtight container for about 6 to 7 hours. So in my case, I'm just going to leave it overnight, and it should be perfect. So I'll show you what it looks like once it's all said and done. Okay, so that's the actual final product of the groundnut ice cream. We're just going to take it off now and see how we did. So just roll your drum and let's see the groundnut ice cream. So that's it, looking beautiful, nice and frozen. We're just gonna try it now to see how it tastes. So stay tuned. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. So that's our actual groundnut ice cream, and I put it in a bowl, and that's what I'm gonna have now. So I just want to share it with you. I did try it, and it's actually delicious. So all of you out there who are aware what groundnut is or peanut, I think you should try making ice cream with it, because it actually tastes very delicious. And if you're a peanut lover, this is something you can treat yourself with. So my brothers and sisters, again, I encourage you to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I do hope you enjoy all these recipes so far. So right over here I have this pot on the stove, and I'm just going to turn it on, and it's gonna actually make the actual groundnut tea, the skin of the groundnut to make the tea. So with this, I'm just gonna have 1 cup of water inside of this pot. I'm gonna let it go to a boil, and then I'll add the skin into the water, and then it's gonna be boiling for a couple minutes. Then I'll add some milk to it, and I'll show you the whole process, okay? So that's basically it. The water is hot. So I'm gonna pour this actual groundnut skin inside of it, and I'm just gonna cover it, and I'm gonna leave it to boil. Okay, so right here we have the actual peanut skins here, and it's nice right there. You can see the actual color. It smells good. The only difference with the groundnut and the actual peanut that I'm used to, the peanut skins that I'm used to is a little more red, so the actual tea would have kind of reddish pinkish color. So this kind of looks a little brownish because of the color of the groundnut, and I'm sure it's totally fine. It have the same smell. I'm sure it tastes the same. So what I'm gonna do now, I get it to that boil, and the color and everything is penetrating, then I will add the milk. So it's all boiled onto the amount of tea that you want. So right here I'm adding half of bag of the milk that I have here, and I'm just gonna boil it until the color changes and everything smells perfect. So boil it maybe for about 2 to 3 minutes, and once that is all done, it's all set. So this is our tea right here. It's finishing up right now. So I add a pinch of cinnamon to it. That's the powdered cinnamon. I grated some of the cinnamon stick in it, I did add some nutmeg. To be honest with you, you don't need to add so much cinnamon. You can just add a little bit of cinnamon. You don't have to use a stick. And you can use just either cinnamon or nutmeg. I'm used to using cinnamon and nutmeg in mine. So that's pretty much it. We put it all in and we allow it to simmer down in it. And then the next thing that you would do is add some sugar. So I have the sugar over here. So right here I have this much sugar. It's just a little bit under half a cup. And you can see the pot size. So it's all based on your discretion. And you just pour it in. And basically you just mix it in like this. Mix it in. And you would just let it sit for maybe another 2 minutes. Once it stayed there on the low heat for about 2 minutes, it's all set. You just strain it off because you don't want to be drinking the skin of the peanut. So you strain it off in a cup and that's your tea. So I'm going to strain off a cup because I'm going to have it and I'll show you what it looks like once it's all done. While our butter is being made, I have strained off the actual groundnut skin tea, and you can see right here, you can see my cup, it says Ghana. Shout out to Ghana, your groundnut has gone international. So that's the actual groundnut skin tea, and you can see the actual nutmeg and the cinnamon on top. It tastes delicious. So after making so many things, you know, it's good to treat yourself to a nice cup of groundnut skin tea. So I'm gonna have this right now. And I'm just gonna wait on the butter to get to where we want it, and we'll show you what it's like. So here it is, it's still going. I just turn it down so that you can hear me in the actual video, but once I'm finished, I'm gonna turn it back up so we can get the butter going nice and good. Okay, my dear brothers and sisters, so you know that we have been making so many things from our groundnut and our actual whipping cream. So the final thing that I'm gonna make today with the whipping cream is butter. So I'm gonna make some homemade butter, and basically this process takes about 10 minutes to make butter at home in the KitchenAid mixer. So I'm gonna be using that, mix it up until it gets to the level that I want it, which is the fat separating from the actual whipping cream. I will also have some buttermilk as a result of making butter, and that I can use also into something else. So I'm just gonna get into using the mixer to get it to where I want it, and I'll walk you through as I get by. So God bless you, and don't forget again to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I just want to show you this, my brothers and sisters. So you can see all the fat separating. So right there you can see you pretty much seen butter. So I'm just going to continue mixing this for a few more minutes, and it's all going to be ready. You can see the buttermilk like right inside there. You can see the buttermilk starting to separate, and once that is all done, we'll separate the buttermilk from the actual butter, and we will have two different things to use, butter and buttermilk. So this is actually a good thing to show you right here. You can see the actual butter is separated from the actual buttermilk. So you can see the buttermilk here, and you can see the fat separately. So we want to separate the actual fat from the buttermilk, and as I said, we don't want to throw away the buttermilk because the buttermilk can be used for so many other recipes. So I'm definitely gonna put that buttermilk away. So right now what I'm gonna do is separate all that butter from the actual buttermilk, put away the buttermilk, and I'll show you what I'll do next. Okay, now you can see we have our butter here, and this is our buttermilk. And as I told you, buttermilk, you can use it for so many things. I even use it in my soup sometime, depending on the soup that I'm making. So definitely I'm going to put that away for future use. Also, if you notice right here, I have some ice water. So this ice water is just basically to rinse the butter out of the buttermilk. So you want to pour the actual ice water and not the ice inside of this butter. So you just want to rinse it until you get all the buttermilk out and the water is clear, and that's it. So I'm just going to pour it in, mix it in with the mixer, and we're going to mix it in until the water is completely clear. And that's it. So if you're wondering, that's the actual process. So I pour the water in, and you can see the actual water is a little cloudy. So I may mix it maybe another 2 times to get it all clear. But that's basically it. You just want to wash out that buttermilk from the actual fat or the actual butter. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to do that until the water is clean. Once it's all clean, I'll show you what I'll do next. Just want to show you this. So that's the water after a second rinse. So you can see the butter right there. That's the actual water. So it's nice and clear. I'm just going to do it one last time. And when I say do it one last time, I mean rinse it one last time. And once I finish rinsing it, it should be good. And I'll show you what I'll do with my butter. You can see right here, the actual water is nice and clear. So I'm just gonna turn this off. Look at it right here. Nice and clear water. So that's basically it. So I'm gonna pour this water off, and all I'm gonna do after pouring the water off is to take this butter outside of this whisk right here. And then I'm gonna squeeze out the water, you know, I'll show you how I'll do it. I'll just squeeze out the water, and that's it. That's done homemade butter. So after you do all of that, you can put whatever you want inside of your butter. You can add your salt, you can add spices or seasonings, whatever you want to add to it, you can go ahead and do it. For me, I'm just gonna add some Himalayan salt, and that's pretty much it for my butter. So I'm gonna show you what I'll do, okay? So here's the butter. It's on a cheesecloth. I'm just gonna use the cheesecloth to squeeze out the excess water. And after that, I'm gonna just add some Himalayan salt to it, about a half a tablespoon, and mix it in, and that's pretty much it for my butter. So that's the final product of the actual butter, and I use a cheesecloth to squeeze out all that excess water, and you can see right there it's nice and yellow. Just gonna add a half a tablespoon of Himalayan salt. So that's the Himalayan salt right there. Adding it right there, and I'm just gonna mix it in, and our butter is ready. So that's it. I do hope you enjoy learning how to make butter, how to make buttermilk, how to learn to make groundnut ice cream, how to make groundnut punch, how to make groundnut skin tea, and the list goes on and on. So don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So you can see right here, I'm actually mixing in that Himalayan salt in the butter, and I'm just gonna try it. I actually put some on some crackers right here, so let me try and see how it tastes. Tastes so natural, so delicious. Oh my goodness. So that's our butter. I'm just gonna put it in an airtight container and leave it in the fridge. If I want this to last very long, I can also put it in the freezer, and it's perfectly fine once I'm ready to use it. So again, my brothers and sisters, I do hope you learn to make all these multiple recipes or multiple things with 2 main ingredients. That's the actual butter in a container. Just gonna cover it and put it in the fridge.
Okay, my brothers and sisters, so you have seen it. We have today made a groundnut butter. We have made a groundnut punch. We have made groundnut ice cream. We have also made groundnut skin tea. We have also made butter. And also we have made buttermilk in the process of making butter. So I do hope you enjoy this amazing experience. Always remember, you can make so many other things with groundnut and also whipping cream. So I do hope you like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Importantly, don't forget the Zoom prayer meeting Mondays to Fridays at 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. God bless you and have a wonderful rest of the day.